Hey everybody, welcome to your weekly reading for June 6th to June 12th. I want to quickly thank each and every one of you for supporting my channel by liking and subscribing. Now let's find out what Spirit has in store for you this week. Hey Scorpio, thanks for checking in. I'm always happy to see you, and thank you for taking your time and your energy to stop by to see me and see what Spirit's talking about this week. So let's go ahead and get started. We have the King of Wands, we have the Ace of Cups, we have the Four of Cups, we have the Five of Swords, the Moon, the Four of Wands, the Six of Cups, and the King of Pentacles. So, emotionally charged week for you, Scorpio. And only one power card, but the Moon is a lovely card to have. And the Moon is closely associated with Pisces, and it's speaking to dreams and visions, being able to trust your intuition. So with that kind of a dreamy kind of, it's dreamy to a certain extent, but it also, because you are open to your visions and you're trusting your intuition, it also gives you the ability to see beyond the surface, to be able to really see what's at the core of someone or something. So a very nice card to have in any reading. But since we are talking about that, and it's kind of an emotionally charged card as well, the Moon. So let's look at your emotional cards, your Ace of Cups, your Four of Cups, and your Six of Cups. So with the Ace of Cups, love, 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 love. Definitely love. But it's also speaking about that connection, so with this card, you're talking about that ability to almost have that divine communication. So with the Ace of Cups, it's also speaking to almost psychic abilities. When you're that full of love, when you're that involved in it, that ability to kind of read other people, feel their, be more empathetic. I'm feeling that empathy is going to be at an all-time high for you this week, Scorpio. And with your understanding personality, but also wanting to know what's going on, wanting to dig deeper, I think that this week is going to be a really great week for you. You're going to be in your element, doing what you do. Then we have the Four of Cups, and the Four of Cups says to give yourself some time, some contemplation time. And try to make sure that you aren't distracted when it comes to the love, to what you're supposed to be putting your emotion in, what you're paying attention to here. Make sure you're not letting it get commonplace or stale. Make sure that you are realizing that there's more to a love relationship, more to a relationship than just making sure that they're okay, like a roof over their head, they have a car to drive, they have food to eat. There are other things in life, and especially when you're talking about the emotional realm. So make sure that the emotional needs are met, the creativity. Lots of times they go hand in hand, romance and creativity. So, or emotional means and creativity. Don't let that commonness, that commonplace, that feeling like, oh, well, everything's fine. Well, everything is fine, but that doesn't mean that you just let it sit. It means that you should be working at it. The kind of clarity that you need to keep a relationship alive, the kind of energy that you have to put in, that has to be taken care of. And if you don't, then, people get bored. You don't want your partner to get bored. That's not a good idea. Because if you allow it to stagnate, if you allow it to not be taken care of, eventually that's just going to be resentment. And the next thing you know, you will no longer have this love. You will no longer have this person who floats your boat. So make sure you take care of that. And then we have the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is speaking of happiness and reunions, a sense of nostalgia. So I'm not going to say it's a past love. You really don't want somebody popping up from your past when you've got something good going on in your future. But for some odd reason, yes, I said it. Now it's out there. Yeah, I'm feeling like a past love. But let's let's put a spin on that. Let us say that this person is going to help you rekindle and rejuvenate your love relationship. This person is going to remind you what it was like to be madly in love, or the last person to hang up on a phone call, which is the cutest and tritest thing ever, but did it not make you feel like you just could not live without this person? And that's a nice feeling to have every once in a while. So I'm thinking this Six of Cups is just, you're going to actually have a physical trigger. You're going to have something from your past that is going to make you truly appreciate your present and your future with this love relationship, with this partner that you already have, or it's your partner you already have in this case. So seeing it like that, and actually it's kind of nice that you're going back to remember what it was like to physically, almost, you're going to run into something's going to happen. They're going to get in touch with you on Facebook. They're going to call you up out of the blue, something, but they're going to remind you of how wonderful it felt and how rewarding it is to invest yourself in another person. So don't be alarmed. Don't be upset. If this happens for you, embrace it. Maybe even talk about the good old days and just think, wow, I feel like this about my new person, but we've been together for X amount of years and I just forgot. Thank you for reminding me. So that's the kind of interaction you're going to be having with that past, the past that reminds you of how wonderful your present and your future are and will be. And then we have your action. We have the King of Wands. With the King of Wands, that is speaking to vision and compassionate behavior. So again, the King is reminding you, be compassionate with this other person and with the person who you are currently involved with, and show that natural command, the natural command that you have over yourself and your domain, per se. Be that person that they need you to be, so that you can really not just rekindle, but enrich your emotional relationship. And then we have the Four of Wands, and the Four of Wands speaks of harmony and stability, especially in the home and involving romance and marriage. So really, you're going to be doing very well in working and crafting that relationship. It's going to be everything you wanted and more. This is where you're going to have just not a fairy tale romance. Well, why not? If you're gonna go for it, go for it. You are her Prince Charming. She is your Cinderella, especially for the week, if it's just going to be for the week, and who knows where that could lead. So definitely just really, really rosy romantic endeavors. And we have the King of Pentacles, just saying economic stability is going to be in your favor, working from a firm economic foundation, and that will certainly give you the time, free up the time for you to feel more emotional, to feel more in command of yourself and your surroundings. And how good would it be to feel financially stable and able to do things? Send her flowers. What girl doesn't love flowers? And that would certainly, it might not work for the whole week, but it'll definitely work for that day. And then we have the Five of Swords, finishing off with a little bit of challenge here, and just saying that the tension and the conflict that has been there, you are going to figure that out. You are going to come to terms with what needs to be changed, what needs to be worked out, and you're going to figure it out. So a very, very fairy tale relationship this week for you, Scorpio. Embrace that. Be Prince Charming. Be Cinderella. Have a great week. Thank you for joining me. And I invite you to tune in for my Weekend Energy show, which airs this Thursday. And as always, essentially, we all have a divine purpose. Embrace the universe and live your dream. Until next week, here's wishing you health, prosperity, and positive relationships. Farewell to you all.